All right, we're going to see who's paying attention now. Not even going to post it or anything. Just going to go live. See what's happening. Best ball on call. Insomniac edition. 2 in the morning. Getting right into it. Big board. Not even playing around. This is where we're at right now. Waiting on 7. It's 2 in the morning. I got to get some sleep. I'm going to do some of these. I'll try and post more as I'm doing them and give you guys time. But if it's like this, well, you know the deal. I can't give everybody all kinds of warning when I'm going to be doing this stuff. So you'll have to sub. There's plenty of content throughout the day. I'm going to try and keep this ball rolling all summer. See if we can get best ball content 24/7 by the time Best Ball Mania starts going. I guess I can zoom that in some. I'll see if I can get you guys a draft board here when it fills. I think it's easier to watch it that way. And I can just pull up the whole draft board, let you guys watch, and I can queue my stuff up on another screen and not even have to break away from it. We can all watch the board that way. Let's see if we get any people in here. How long this will take to fill? Could be a minute. This is the only thing about doing these right now is not a lot of people have a lot left, and it's not the most optimal stream time. So sometimes they take a little bit. I might have missed the window. I was doing some stuff earlier. I wanted to get on here like an hour ago, but no such luck. Sometimes you got a bunch of other stuff to do and can't quite do everything you want to do all at once. Still waiting on 6 for a big board if anyone would like to join. Playing on underdog.com. If you'd like a promo code, I can get you one. Tiga144, you can use as a promo code. That will get you, I believe, deposit match up to $1,000. Best Ball Mania will be starting soon with the draft going. We got another month until the draft, 27 days, I believe. The big board is 73.3% full, so it's starting to get there. Still waiting on 6. Definitely the time of day where might not fill immediately. We're trying to make it happen, though. Hopefully I've got the channel a little bit bigger now, so get some sickos in here to fill it. I would think 2 a.m. local time, which I'm in the East Coast time zone. That would be 11 o'clock Pacific time. Should still give us plenty of time, I would think. Then again, you don't know if people have maxed it out, what they got going on. It's also getting to be tax season. People might be doing their taxes, waiting on their returns. A lot of things that could be going on right now. Still waiting on 6 for a big board. If anybody watching would like to join, I guess I could take this link, put it out a couple more places. I didn't post it anywhere like on Twitter or anything. This one, the first time I didn't. So I guess I should go ahead and do that now. I could do it from my computer, but I guess I'm lazy. Do it from that. And do I even post it or should I just wait and see? How many are we waiting on? 5? We'll give it a couple minutes. We'll see just how the channel's grown before I do it. Take a look at a few things here. First, I've not seen any news updates or anything that crazy, like anything of note. So, all right. Waiting on 5 currently. And we'll post that right to my Twitter and see if we can get some people to fill it. I would think either A, will fill fast, or somebody should see it. I don't know if anything outside of that will get filled a lot faster. Make sure that posted. Shit. Didn't even really look. It just kind of. Yep, now it posted. All right. Now I think it'll fill. Well, you never know with the algorithm on Twitter the way it goes because it can be so clusterfucked. I swear, some people I know. I will personally talk to people and not see any of their posts, and other people I don't talk to and see their posts all the time. So who knows? Wait, not forced. We're crawling before we're walking, but at least we're crawling. Peyton, I should run and get something to drink real quick before this. I got 4. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds. Not sure how the timing was on 30 seconds, but we're waiting on 3 now. Maybe firing one off over into the Twitter sphere. Got people to fill it real quick. Kind of hoping so. Didn't really have a lot going on and figured why not. Waiting on one more for Big Board. I haven't really messed with my rankings a lot. I played with them a little bit. More down in the second half of the board, I would say. Nothing really too crazy up top. Let's see. I've got the best ball overlay. Let's go to, and we'll just do big board exposures for now. Don't need quarterback 4. Waiting on 1. I'm trying to see where my first, let's just see big board exposures wise. A little bit light on BTJ. I haven't done a lot of them, so my exposures are going to be pretty. You can see I've been pulling up Jefferson to the 2, so I got him and Jamar there, and then Saquon, obviously, if he falls to 3. But outside of that, pretty flat in the first, just because I haven't done a lot, and it's kind of luck of the draw. I've been at like the 8 a few times. That's why I have more Nico, Devon Achane when he wraps around. Still just waiting on 1. And we'll get this thing rolling. I would like to hurry up and bang this out because I got to work in about 5 hours already. Adds up quick. All of a sudden, it's just 2 in the morning. And now we're waiting on 2 again. I don't know if people see these and wonder if people are autoing, seeing that they're not. I guess there's a few ways it could go. Either way, still waiting on 2 for a big board. Way thirsty this one. You got cotton mouth or what? The Ghost Blue Raspberry Sour Patch Kids. They had a 12-pack of them for $8. Not my favorite thing in the world, but I mean, I'll try them at that rate. Waiting on 2 as we bounce back and forth between people doing and not doing things like drafting. That's my Twitter. Sorry about that. Just wanted to pull it up over here. Ravens would like to secure a long-term deal with Derrick Henry. That's a rumor. Waiting on 5 for a big board. Waiting on 2. At least it's gone up 3 since I posted it, right? Anything else interesting over here? Not that I see. Shane Steichen speaking on the importance of the tight end position. I don't know. Does that mean that they're going to see Tyler Warren? I don't think he'll get there. Colston Loveland, maybe, or later one. Still waiting on two. Would like to fill this sometime today. Would be great. Let's see if there's any. I honestly have not seen anything news wise that's even worth mentioning. Browns owner was talking about the Deshaun Watson trade. Said we took a big swing and missed with Deshaun. Thought we had the quarterback. We didn't. We gave up a lot of draft picks to get him, so we got to dig ourselves out of that hole. Are they saying they need a quarterback via trade? GM Brad Holmes on if the Lions will pick up JMO's fifth-year option. Looks like it's heading that way. Most likely going to be doing that. He was a tremendous player for us last year. He's still scratching the surface. JMO looks like he could be signing something long-term with Lions when it comes up. Still waiting on two. A little frustrating when you do these at this hour. And I guess it's just a bad time where people are maxed out too. But anything else? Nothing too crazy. All right, let's go ahead and fill this. Still waiting on two for the big board. This is where I know that if there were certain people that saw it on my YouTube or my Twitter algorithm, it'd fill immediately. But just because it's so sparse with what's happening, it can be all over the place. Wish I had multiple accounts to draft from. I'd fill it myself. Does not look like that's going to be the case. I guess I can practice other stuff too while I'm doing this. Like, I wonder if does this stuff work? It does work. That's nice, huh? Okay, just figured something else out. Oh, waiting on one. We're almost there. Yeah, that's sweet if that works. All right, we're going to get started here. Best ball on call, 2 in the morning. Let's see what we got in here. Anybody I know? I do not see anybody I know in here, I don't think. If you're in here and you're watching, reveal yourself and I can sauce your team afterwards. I can talk with you as you're going. We got all kinds of stuff we can do here. I'll put that over there. I'm going to close my Twitter up real quick. I'll put the board over here so I can cue from here and you guys can watch from here. Can I make that a little bit bigger? How about right there? And you guys can see. Looks good here. I think you got all 12 up there. Appears to be the case. Picking from the 2-hole. See what the room gives us and what we're going to be pulling up. Or if we're pulling anything up. See, it will not do it. I do have to click on that screen in order to mute. Okay. As long as I know what's going on here. Jamar Chase at the 1. I will be going Justin Jefferson at the 2. We're just going to pull him right up. Go ahead and draft him. And what I want to do, because somehow this thing always gets messed up, not sure why. Do this, reset it, and then I think my clock will be good. For some reason, it always gives me a short timer, like a 15-second timer. If I don't, let's see what it does here. See that? Yeah, see, now it's back to a normal 29, 30-second timer. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Enjoy your Saquon at 3. Jahmyr Gibbs at 4. Gonna see what the room wants to give us here. How many red badges we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could be autos. Does not appear to be so far the way they're firing off. That's what you always watch too this time. See who's auto drafting. Could be a lot of people with rankings set. Nico with the 7. Do not see any names in here that I notice that draft a lot. There might be some people I don't know. I'm fairly new on the scene, so could be somebody watching. Do not know. That looked like a whole clock there, so we'll have to note that the 8 hole might be. Oh, no, he jumped up Christian McCaffrey. Okay. I swear stuff like that will only happen in a room when I'm at the 1 or the 2. This guy take Amon Ra at the 12? I would imagine you would. And we are in Minnesota so far. I got an idea. Something maybe if it comes back to me, I might try. I don't know if it'll fall here. I know I'll be fighting other teams in the contest, but I think that's okay. DJ Moore at the 14 pulls him up over there. That was what I was debating. There was DJ Moore. So he goes Malik Neighbors, DJ Moore. All right, we're gonna get this. This room will be a little unique already. Flip the board there with Neighbors and Moore. Let's see what if that was a good idea. Don't hate it. Brock Bowers right back at it. You could get a Puka and Achane team there if you want it. A little unique. Puka Drake London going to send the running backs back, are you? McCaffrey and Achane. I mean, I don't know how unique that is when you can get it at the 12, right? So we're right back to ADP normal. The guy that you got unique took Neighbors and Moore. I believe that's the only thing crazy that's happened so far. Couple ideas here of what I'd like to do. Ladd McConkey goes there by ADP. A.J. Brown goes there. Jonathan Taylor. I'll take T. Higgins there. I could have pushed him to the 1 and let the Burrow or the Chase drafter work for the big double stack, but I wanted one of 2 people, I think, coming back. He takes Bucky and JSN. JSN was one of them I was looking at. Do I really want to do that? I think now I can. Now let's take Terry. Let's just get another wide receiver right off the rip. Start with 3. If this guy wants 3 running backs, you can have your Josh Jacobs. I'm going to push him down a little bit. Guy at the 5-6 hole might get Josh Jacobs if these 2 don't want to start with a Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, that's a little unique there. Be tough to say no to, but I wanted to start with 3 wide receivers there. He takes Trey McBride. Wow, how do you not take? I would so take Jacobs there at the 6 hole. Devontae at 29, huh? Okay, we're gonna get some unique stuff here. That's for sure. Brees Hall at 30. I'd say that was quite the fall. Look at Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs team with Nico Collins. Seems pretty good. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to mute while I was hitting the vape there. Probably not the best idea. I got to remember to click. Way better doing it like that. So we also got Washington. We've also got Cincinnati. Just depending on when I want to start playing the quarterback game. We know the deal. Jaden probably get taken here, so I won't get to stack him with Terry. I have to play a different game. That's okay. Jaden goes all the way at this corner. I mean, I don't know how much I like that. Yeah, I guess if you got Mike Evans, I can see what you're up to. This is where it's going to get funny because I'm going to pick another receiver here because he's either going to take Burrow with one of these two or I'll get him coming back here because he won't get him here. That's where you get to start making your other moves if you wish to. Josh Allen, James Cook from the 11. Seems like a pretty common pairing over there. Those two go side by side. He did pull up DJ Moore, so I'll have to watch for if he going Caleb there. Guess you could also Russ, Jameis if you want to. Marion Hampton at 41 seems to be the 4th round staple now. Chase Brown, a little bit of a slide there, huh? He used to be in the 3rd. What's his ADP? Who took him there? His ADP is 36, so he's usually, right at the turn. He falls a little bit there. Actually, he's behind Hampton in this draft. Interesting. Devontae Smith there. Rome Dunze. A little bit interesting room so far, huh? Hey, what's happening, Who Hames? I was hoping somebody would actually see this. I fired one off at a random time. I barely even posted on Twitter or anything and just said, we'll do it. See if we can keep the algorithm going strong for everybody here. Right here, I don't necessarily care too much, but I would like to open myself up to that. Surprised you were actually awake, Who Hames. I know you've been up in the streams all day watching with people. I'm going to force this guy to take Burrow with one of these 2 picks if he wants him here because I took T. Higgins at 23. Was kind of the plan there. I feel you. That's what I was doing some basement farming and then came back here. Okay, so we're both going to push Burrow if I don't want him here. That could be interesting, huh? Oh, I got 1 or 2 people I want to take here. Man, that's tough not to. Oh, yeah, naps every time. Mail it in once you take a nap. I think. Oh, that's a tough pick. Yeah, I'm going to push him, but it's just a matter of who I want here. I want to get into the Steelers a little bit. Maybe I'm crazy. Just something a little bit. I wanted to play around with that. Why it was between him and Kittle there. I was really thinking Kittle, but you play too much with other people sniping your quarterback once you do that. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I was definitely pushing there. I wasn't going to take him there. If I had a double from here, maybe I'd think about taking him. But yeah, you can't there. I don't think. I knew Kittle and Chuba would both go soon there if I didn't take one of them. The other thing I'm always wondering who Hames is which side of the board right now does Bo Nix fall on? Like, does Sutton come back over here or does he fall back over here? I've seen it both ways. Tet is another one that I don't know where he's going to go or how that's going to work out for him. I could see him going. He could go to like the Panthers. He could go to the Saints, which feels better volume wise if it's the Saints, but it might be a better offense wise if it goes to the Panthers. I know that's what I'm saying. It's like, and see, like you get Sutton at 55, you sometimes can get Bo to like 90. But it's you always worry about somebody grabs him and backstacks him with Mims as soon as you push him with Sutton. That's why I just kind of we'll see what happens. I should have some running backs if I want them coming back through here. Waddle's another one I feel like he could be higher than, especially if Tyreek gets traded. Feels like Waddle should be somewhere maybe up in the third, maybe the 3-4 turn. I was wondering if Pickens I could get him to fall all the way back, but they usually end up getting split. Pickens and Metcalf. I wanted to see if I could stack them both. I didn't figure it would happen. I said like right when they signed Metcalf, I figured their ADPs were going to end up close to each other, and they're within a round. Tet to the Jets. No, it would definitely be good for them. I seriously think Tyler Warren's going there with the pick they have and just the amount of how they haven't had a tight end for a while and all the hype. That just seems like where he's going. This was the other thing with Kittle because then you get Pierce all go and then Ayuk will go somewhere in here. So then you end up battling people. Jacoby Myers there. Burrow does not make it back. Takes an unstacked Burrow with just everybody else. I get it. Who doesn't want to do that? Juwan Jennings there. How bad do I want that? What do I have at the one hole over there? He's probably. I think that's enough of a fall on Laporta where I'll take him there. This guy's got 2 running backs. He can have his third if he wants him. I'll pick somebody from what's left. Let's see. How far down is he? Maybe take him there. I don't know. Is that a good idea? Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, never ever. They don't. But and I feel like that might be them doing a good thing for themselves. See, I was thinking about Najee there. He took him the pick after. Let's just take Mahomes there and lock up that stack. Even though it's not my primary receivers, 2 of my quarterbacks are gone. So really all I have is Jefferson. And then after that, I think that's probably the right thing to do there. 3 picks ahead of ADP, but if not, then I'm really going to start playing with fire with my quarterbacks, I feel like. You could tell me if you think that's wrong there, who Hames. I feel like that's probably a spot where I have to do it. just to lock that up. Otherwise, I could really get boxed out there at quarterback, at least at more than one quarterback. I still have options at further down. I'm going to have to pepper some running backs here, 1051, but should be all right at wide receiver for a while. With Rashi being my wide receiver 4 stacked up. I don't like that the other ones aren't stacked up, but I can still stack Jefferson. Get some people loaded up in the queue here. What I think will maybe happen a little bit. Yep, that's what I thought too. Demont was my other one. The other one I debated maybe was Quinshawn. I just wonder how much of his role. Aaron Jones, even. There's a whole pile of them right in there that I feel like they're Demont, Aaron Jones, Quinshawn could all be not very dissimilar in their outcomes. I guess it's just what sort of team build you have at that point. I don't know that I'm even going to attempt. I mean, Goff, I doubt. I don't know how much I like stacking him with Solo Laporta. It would be, I'd be right at 80. I don't even think that. That's probably not even something I'm considering. Probably not. We'll let other people build this out how they're going to do their thing. Yeah, and that was my thing. It's I was going to do it just for the stack, but I don't think he comes back like you said with JMO and Amon-Ra being between there. Well, at least Amon-Ra is. I know he's at the turn. JMO's right here, so I doubt he comes back. That's why I didn't really want to mess with it there. He takes Baker, so I mean maybe sometimes Goff is another one though. I probably wouldn't take him at 95. I'd at least push him down to 98 because I know that JMO's right here and the money drafter's here. If he wants to take him naked, have at it. At least I think that's the correct way to play that. Thanks for coming out, Who Hames. It's better than talking to yourself. You know how that goes. At least you're in a time frame where you get a little more interaction. I don't mind doing it by myself though. I just want to get the algorithm going so we got drafts pretty much around the clock. That'd be my dream come true. So I can go to work, start working, put on YouTube in the background, listen to somebody draft. I can get off work. I can pass out in the chair after work, listening to somebody draft. My girl's gonna hate me, but whatever. Like, what do you want from me? You know what I'm doing. I'm not cheating on you. You can literally watch everything I'm doing. Sounds like a dream come true to me. Isn't this where the Bo? Yeah, so the Bo Nix drafter's got to be coming up here. He could push him, I guess, but then you have to worry about me taking him and backstacking Marvin Mims. Wonder if I hope he was watching and I talked him into that there. I probably wouldn't have done it because I've got other options here, but that's an interesting one there with Matthew Golden. He could end up if they take a. I don't know. Denver's an interesting one. I wonder if Golden there. I feel like Bond had a lot of interest from teams that are going to be drafting a wide receiver. I still feel like maybe Golden's too high and Bond might be more right with their ADPs. Am I really going to get Goff to fall back here? I don't know that I want that. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Yeah, I'll show you here in a minute where my rankings are. At the top of my queue currently is the person that you just named. I might do it right here. Man, I'm so Well, since he's at the top of my queue, Who Hames, I'm going to go ahead and do it right now for my wide receiver 6. He was literally, as you said that, I was going back and forth between my ranks and ADP and where I have him right now. I have him at 95. So, I mean, that's it. And I figure Ayuk's a good pick in there too. He takes Caleb there. Did he have a stack? He did not. Just takes Caleb. Okay. Interesting. I think what I want. Yeah, that's about what I was thinking. Take ETN there. I got to get a running back here soon. I'm if they want Goff, have him. I'm going a different direction. I think I already made that decision. Is kind of where that's at, and we'll see what happens. Nah, I pushed him. I'm not even gonna take him. I'm just rolling Laporta naked. One of these guys can have him. I know that Amon Ra's all the way here at 12 and JMO's here. Thought about it with Laporta there, but I got another idea at quarterback if I really want to do it. I didn't want to spend 2 picks that close right there on quarterbacks with having not a running back yet. Right. I mean, what you're saying, I debated this and this were my exact 2 things. It's Goff or a running back. I feel that's right. You're in the 9th round. You have to take a running back, maybe. I love pushing 0 RB sometimes, but I feel like this cliff is coming with the running back if it hasn't already hit. Gives you another later thing I can do here too. Was kind of what I was thinking. In the event that people try and box me out, which you know how that can go. What a gift if Goff makes it all the way back. Yeah, I think so too. I feel like Jones is really, I mean, Pollard really feels like the cliff. Maybe ETN. Right. It feels like it's right here. I mean, right in here. Sharps, even you could say, is the start of 2nd tier running backs or, handcuffs. But I mean, he still has his good weeks where the second Kenneth Walker's out. He's awesome in their offense. But I really just did that to open myself up to another quarterback at that point. Just based on where the draft is currently. See, I thought about Kelsey if he made it back. I wanted to try and push him there as another thing because I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing with where that's at. Kelsey could just be cooked. Sometimes he looks like but he still has his good Kelsey weeks. So if you can just get a couple of them in week 16 and 17, maybe that's all you need. Goff finally went there to the JMO drafter. Good fall, 112. I know I've taken Goff in the 90s. Yeah, Scadbo has been getting steam too. I've noticed that. Where'd he go there? 109. I am at. I wonder what I'm at percentage wise. I'm at 12%, so 1.5 times the field. I think he's one of those ones where it's like I want to fade him, but just there's too much there where I'm seeing him and it's like, okay, I don't know that I can continue to fade this guy. Couple ideas of what I could do here. See how this team turns out. Drake May goes at 115, so I get a snipe there with the Ramondre. Fair enough. I already saw what was going on there. Trevor Lawrence is up soon, I would think. Oh, Lad Drafter didn't take him, huh? He's going to push him around. Right. That's what I think too. I mean, just the way you saw it in the playoff game is where I was like, okay, this dude seems legit. I was taking Justin Fields if he got there. That guy took him there, huh? Okay, let's play this a different way. Justin Herbert goes there. Yeah, we could really play this game, huh? I think here. Maybe in a pick. I want to do that. Is kind of where I was at with it. See if I could sneak him in there. That's why I wanted to see if I could sneak in between the two of them. Because I don't think he'll come back around. Let's try it like that. See if we can do it that. I don't know where Loveland's going to land, but I feel like he's going to be a really good asset for wherever he goes. He might actually be the tight end one in this class over Warren, especially if Warren goes to the Jets. Like, do you really trust him with Justin Fields? That might be too high on Mason. I don't know, but as my running back too. And the way I saw a clip earlier with Kevin O'Connell where they were talking about Aaron Jones and how that he's best when they keep him fresh, so they really want to rotate into a 1A and 1B. We'll see. We'll see if I can get this to push back. You know the game. Bashal Tootin at 124. I have a hard time taking him before the 12th. Like, no matter the build, if I'm going to take him at running back. I also debated someone else on that last. I doubt they'll make it back. We'll see. I know that's what I'm so worried about is that exact thing. But what if Colston Loveland goes to the Rams? Something like that. You know, but that is definitely my fear, or like the Jets and Saints. Just okay, JJ goes there. So he go the Addison drafter at least. No, I just took him. Okay. See what's going on here. We got some fun stuff. Yeah, Tootin. I mean, that's some steam, but before the 12th. Before the 12th, that's a little tough. Hollywood was the other one I debated if he made it back because I already have the Patrick Mahomes stack, but I wanted to see if I could push JJ and get him back here at 143. No such luck. Going to get really boxed out at the quarterback here at the end, but I've got one. That's why I think I had to grab Mahomes when I did. Yep, that's enough. And Saints, I feel like he's fine, but I don't trust the Saints offense that much. They also have Juwan Johnson. I don't trust Derek Carr doing anything other than locking into either Chris Olave or just chucking it downfield to Rashid Shaheed. But they also have Kellen Moore now, so I am deathly worried though about both the tight ends just landing in a bad spot and it being not good. Yeah, I felt like I had to, just the way the room was going. I had to be Mahomes there. And if it ends up a two quarterback build with Mahomes, it ends up that, I can't dictate when you're over here on this side of the board. I can't do anything about this guy taking unstacked JJ McCarthy over here. Just stuff like that. Where I get it, but Trevor Lawrence was the other one I was debating because I had ETN there. But it looks like this is going to be a ugly three quarterback build, most likely by what we're doing here. A couple ideas of other stuff I could try when it gets there. So you already see people in the Jalen Coker like planning the Bryce Young setup. is, do we have any of, yeah, there's a few of them down there maybe. I got an idea, something we could try here. We will see what comes to us. Jordan Love, how many quarterbacks this guy got? That's his third quarterback. He's got Love, Stroud, and Nix. 3 quarterbacks by pick 12. Penix here. Wow, quarterbacks got gobbled up, didn't they? Gonna get really ugly. Quentin Johnston there, you say, huh? I think I got an idea, something I'm going to try here. No, I got a better idea. This will be more fun. Since I've already got my wide receivers, I'm going to take Bryce right there. I did think about Tajay. That crossed my mind. But I already have 2 tight ends, and I could push Chig late if I wanted to. He took Leggett there. You know, I wondered if he was going to try that on the corner. That's why I went Bryce Young there. That was the exact reason I did it. He goes Stafford there. I am going to jump down here. I'm going to jump down there, take Thielen, and finish up my wide receiver room and just have it at 2-2-7-2 right now. That way I've at least got Bryce stacked with Thielen. That's why I took Bryce there, because Leggett was still available on the board, and I didn't want him to go Leggett Young and take. If I take Leggett there and he goes Young Thielen, then you're just boxed out again. That's why I feel like you have to do that there where the board is. And then I can just hammer. This could be a 2 quarterback, 2 tight end build. Maybe a third if I tack on like Tremble or Jatavian Sanders later. And just hammer some running backs now for a little bit. I mean, you're in a spot where there's some running backs here that are left anyhow. Yeah, Cam Ward. See, I knew that was the other thing, Tajay Cam Ward. I knew it was going to be like that. And I knew this guy over here already had Coker. This is why I felt like I had to go Young and take whichever one he didn't take here with Bryce. Just the way it was, because Coker went there. And with the way all these, I had Cam still, but I like this because we've seen it. Not that I don't think Cam Ward can be good, but you're playing a guessing game. And then I can probably just pepper running backs for a little bit, because I am at a 2 running back build through 13 rounds. We're going to need a few in here. Get some handcuffs. Anybody viewing this now or later, if you could sub to the channel so I can feel like getting out of bed and or staying up late and doing these, throw a like on the stream. Help out the algorithm for all of us that are doing these streams, and for the best ball community as a whole. Seems like it'd be a good thing. We can keep this ball rolling. Feels like this place has got nowhere to go but up. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, I can literally fire up a draft at 2 a.m. and have somebody watching. That shows you where it's at. See, he took Warden and said Tillman went here. I wonder if did he have anything else with Cleveland? No. Josh Palmer's an interesting one where I can't figure out. He almost always goes stacked with Josh Allen, but it's like, how much are you really getting out of Josh Palmer there? By the time you pick him, I feel like your wide receiver room's probably, is he even ever making your lineup? Maybe if he scores 2 touchdowns, I guess you're hoping for a spike week that way. But I don't see him cracking the lineup over, I guess maybe Pickens if he had a spike week. It might be. It very well could be. We've got some other wish casting Pittsburgh options. We'll see when I want to push the button. There's a few there. I actually have one pick that I'm hoping falls back to me here. I don't know if it will. We'll see. I've got him in top of the queue right now. If he gets picked, I'll tell you who it was, and if he doesn't, then we'll play another game. Yeah, Palmer's just he feels better in a PPR league than he does in this. I like Cole Kmet as long as Keenan's not there. I wonder if the Bears are going to draft. The pick I was going to make there was Rico Dowdle because I think the Panthers are going to run a lot of two running backs there. So I was hoping I could take Bryce there and then Thielen and get Dowdle to fall all the way back. Almost made it. It was 3 picks away. Let's see. Handcuff running back wise. I think I like him and him. Maybe him. Algier goes there. I kind of worry about a few guys in this range. Yeah, that's what I think. Rico, that's what I was thinking there. Let's jump up, take Blake Corum right there. I feel like he's a real good handcuff at this range, and then we'll see what comes back around. What this guy wants to do here. Still playing that quarterback game. Well, that's going to go on for a minute. I was going to take Jalen Wright. I just wanted to see if he wanted him. Did he have any sort of correlation? Nope. That's why I was curious. Brenton Strange. Okay. We're getting to an interesting territory here. I still think here it's one of the two backs, but which one? We've seen it before. Let's take Ray Davis just because we've seen him have a role. Seen a little bit. Yeah, Rico, that's what I think. And Dave Canales is talking about how they're going to, I mean, they drafted Jonathan Brooks last year. They signed Rico, like they're going to run the ball. I feel like that's 1A, 1B. I was really hoping I could get him back there and have a 3-way Panther stack all the way down here at 12, 13, 14. Didn't quite happen, but see what we can get with the rest of it. Running back room, pretty sketch, but I mean, I didn't take ETN until 98. Kind of what we're planning on. But wide receiver core, when Thielen's your wide receiver 7, don't hate it. Should be all right. Yeah, Davis is just, he's like, it's one of those things where once you've seen him have spike weeks, then I have more comfortability making that click. 7 RB? Yeah, I think so. With where I took it, if that's what you're wondering, with where I started, probably will be. Jalen Noel is another one that's getting a lot of buzz lately. If he made it back, I was going to take him as maybe an 8th wide receiver, but I'll probably stop at 7 with Thielen just because I'm so far behind at running back. But he had a lot of visits with teams up top that are, well, let's see what I wrote down. The Steelers, the Seahawks, the Raiders. Those are the 3 that I wrote down off the top of my head. So let's see if someone else was paying attention. Steelers, Seahawks, Raiders. Doesn't have any of those teams, but just a good pick at that range, I guess. Yeah, D-Mart's another one too. Let's see who I've got in the running back range. Like down here, they'll be coming up. Brashard Smith. He's probably the last one of the rookies that I really like. Maybe Rocket Sanders. As far as rookies go, I like Braylon Allen just because I think Aaron Glenn's going to run the ball, and he looked good when he got the ball last year. I feel like they're just going to run the ball. Look, they got Fields, they got Breeze, they got Braylon Allen. If they draft Tyler Warren, they're probably going to keep it all close to the line of scrimmage. I don't even hate Ollie Gordon down here. Justice Hill, once you're in the 200s, I don't ever have a problem with that. Yeah, D-Mart lately has been Feels too low, doesn't it? That's what I think. And DMARC catch, I've got some DMARC 200 teams that I wish he was still down there. I like taking him there. I think Alec Pierce down here, when you can stack him with like A Rich, I wonder if that's what this guy will do at 187 if he's there. That feels like you're getting away with something. If I am the Drake May drafter, where was he here? I would be taking Hunter Henry coming back. I'm just looking at stuff that's on the board right now, what I would be doing. Currently a 2472. We're definitely in a need some running backs range still, but we can probably catch right back up in this turn. If I want to. Ollie Gordon's getting up to the top of the queue now. I don't like once that happens. That once Ollie's at the top of the queue, you know running backs are getting thin because he took quite a fall there for a while. And I'm only at 4 there. Jalen Royals, I feel like that's a good click that late. You get to the point where not many of these rookie wide receivers are going to do a lot. Yeah, interesting spot here. Not a whole lot of running backs left, is there? It's not that big of a discount, but it's a little discount at this point. And I guess he's got some potential outs. So give me Ollie Gordon. And I know that this guy on the turn has 3 quarterbacks already, so he probably shouldn't take one. Let's see. He has Stafford, Dak, and Caleb. Takes Jatavian Sanders. I wasn't planning on that because the wish casting I was doing with DK Metcalf all along was Aaron Rodgers, just like the clip we had earlier. 194 is a little bit early, but I can't risk pushing him all the way around to 215 and him making it back. So we're going to have a 3-5-7-2. Patrick Mahomes, Bryce Young, Aaron Rodgers. Etienne, Jordan Mason, Blake Corum, Ray Davis, Ollie Gordon, Jefferson, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin, Rashee Rice, DK Metcalf, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen. I don't know, 194 Aaron Rodgers, if he plays and plays the whole season for Pittsburgh, doesn't feel horrible if you got him with DK Metcalf, right? You also have potential outs in a AFC North Week 17 with T. Higgins. I guess that works, right? You also have potential NFC North matchup with Justin Jefferson because Pittsburgh plays the NFC North in the intra-division matchup. See how it works. These will probably be what? 2 running backs, 3 running backs. It could be an 8 running back build. I don't know. I might need it here. Yeah, I could probably get away with 7, maybe a third tight end. Do I really end up after all this right back at a 7? Yeah, who knows the answers, right? It's so fun to look at your big board teams like halfway through the NFL season and be like, why in the fuck did I ever arrive at that conclusion? But with the information you have, it always changes. It's fun. The big board, I saw somebody say it's the biggest swings of ADPs. You get information and people start sliding. You get people signing and dropping. Do I need a third tight end on this team? Laporta and Colston Loveland? I got an idea of a tight end I'll take if he's there in round 20. That's about probably when I'll take the last tight end. Other than that, these should probably be running backs, I think, through here. Could stack some players up. Let's see what if I felt like doing that. What would be fun? Well, that's a fun running back for this team, huh? Yeah, I think so too. I think it's all running back. The next two are running backs for sure. If the third one's not a running back, it's a tight end. And I think maybe this is what we're doing in here. Sometimes when you have those overlays on, man, does it create a lag if you don't refresh it. I don't know if you're because I think who aims you use the spike or here's the spike week. I don't remember, but I use best ball overlay, and after a while in a draft, if you don't refresh it, it really starts to lag. Just like with the queue and stuff like that, anything that's over there on the overlay. Nick Chubb would be a fun click down in this range, huh? When you need a running back. I mean, whatever. You get a couple spike weeks out of him. That's all you're hoping for down here. Michael Wilson there and Dalton Schultz. Definitely getting ready for a nap now that it's about 3 a.m. Juwan Johnson goes there. Chig, what a tight end run there, huh? Dalton Schultz, Juwan Johnson, Chig. Yeah, I was debating. I don't know if this overlay, I think it only works. I'm not sure if it works with Firefox or not. I use mostly Chrome, and that's why I was using it was for the overlay. But if I could find some, and I think it's really just more with the overlay integrated into it. Do I just take Nick Chubb here? That's a tough not to at 2. I mean, that's awfully late for Chubb. Sure. I don't have much of him, but I guess that'll work. I mean, at 215, when you need a running back, okay. Spike week only for. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? I wasn't aware of how that worked. That makes sense. Let's see. There's 2 running backs in here that I could definitely pick one or the other. Will the other one fall? I guess let's take the younger one, right? You got Elijah Mitchell and Kareem Hunt both right there. I guess I'll take Eli just because they signed him. They're both cuttable, I think, though, with their contracts, but whatever he stacks up. Part of the offense down here when you need a running back. Not really anything else that I like from the other ones. So yeah, Who Hames, we'll have to link up or something, maybe do some drafts and combine our overlay efforts and see what kind of what it steers us into. I've always wondered about that. Like if you know what I'm saying? He was the other one I had there. I was gonna see if he falls all the way back. I like him too. It was basically just a exposure thing there. I was 7% on Mitchell and 12% on Hunt down there. So if he comes back, I'll take him here with my last pick. He goes right after that. So it was one or the other there. That's kind of what I was thinking. Was going to push one. I don't. This is a running back or a tight end. We'll see what falls all the way back here. Couple things I was thinking about. Still have Rocket Sanders there. Estime. Got Noah Gray. I could do if I feel like taking the third tight end. Oh yeah, yeah. I take one of the, like, when I have Mahomes, I just take one of the, especially with Hunt, because he just seems to get he seems to score touchdowns with the Chiefs. Like, there's worse picks down here. I feel like, okay, Marshawn Lloyd, what have we seen more from? I get that he's younger. Same with Mostert. What did we see more from in the last year between these three guys? I really don't like. I'll have him down there just as I take him because it's something versus these other handcuffs, But really, it's just late clicks when I see, I'm just going to grab Hunt again. Fan and I debated if he was going to make it all the way back there, but I don't know if this should be a running back or a tight end over here. Yeah, I really only take them, the Chiefs running backs like that, when I have them stacked up. And then it's just taking them because team correlation. Sean Tucker's the interesting one there too with the Tampa Bay, the way that is. Should this be? I think this should probably be another running back. I think you might be right, Who Hames. I think I'm good enough with Loveland Laporia. Unless I see something that just stands out. It's either a running back or Noah Gray, I think. Nothing else that, or that could be fun too. Maybe Tommy Tremble. That'd be the other one. Do I take Trevor Etienne and just have both of the Etiennes? There's always these little. Yeah, just I wasn't sure what other intricacies it had, that BBO does. And the other thing I always wondered was how Spike Week is versus the sidekick, because I know that kind of steers you in a direction with team correlation and stuff too. I was just always curious what the programs, how they're trying to, what they're steering you in the direction of. Jaden Blue, I've seen him catching some steam with the visits. I always like looking at the late round clicks and see what people are into here. Danny Dimes there. What are some of the other interesting clicks? I don't like Vele as much as other people have been steaming him up. I feel like Ingram's taken some of his role. Torrey Horton, Kyle Williams. Is this just a running back? Probably. What do I got? 7. Who's my 7th? Elijah Mitchell's my 7th. Yeah, that feels like it needs an 8th, don't it? Seconds at 122. I'm going to take a running back. Sure. So who should it be? What running back do we want here? Just for fun, let's take the other ETN. I don't have much of them. A little bit more exposure. I'm only at, what was it? I'm at 4%. So barely, hardly ever take him. Once in a while, I see him and click his name. 3872, Mahomes, Bryce Young, Aaron Rodgers, Travis Etienne, Jordan Mason, Blake Corum, Ray Davis, Ollie Gordon, Nick Chubb, Elijah Mitchell, Trevor Etienne, Jefferson Higgins, Terry McLaurin, Rashi Rice, DK Metcalf, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen. So after seeing that, Who Hames, we realized that you might have to take. I mean, you can try and push him, but it looks like Diggs you might have to get in the 10th versus the 11th after seeing how that went. But we are definitely in lockstep with where we have Diggs slotted at as far as ADP wise. Yeah, I think I have an idea how it works after watching Crane and those guys draft with it enough, but I definitely have. I'll ask you some questions sometimes. We'll do a stream together or something and figure some stuff out. So I can get rid of that. This can come back over here. Recap the team. 3872, Mahomes, Bryce Young, Aaron Rodgers, Travis Etienne, Jordan Mason, Blake Corum, Ray Davis, Ollie Gordon, Nick Chubb, Elijah Mitchell, Trevor Etienne had to hammer the running backs after not taking one until pick 98. Sniped on all the quarterbacks along the way. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin all got the quarterbacks taken. Stacked Rashee Rice. Put DK Metcalf on the back burner because I knew I was going to come back down here and get Aaron Rodgers later. All those quarterbacks went. Had to go for the Bryce Young and definitely went to stack Diggs with Drake May. That didn't happen. That's how I ended up all the way down here with DK Metcalf. Curious to see where Colston Loveland goes to make this team come together. I got to get some sleep after this. Thanks for coming out, Who Hames. Appreciate you, giving me some info, and I'll talk with you on that soon. This has been Best Ball on Call, Insomniac Edition, 3:11 a.m. local time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's your host, Anthony. I'll be back with more of these again shortly. Have a great day, everyone.